What's up, y'all? What's popping in this hoe? Now, you already know I love you. Go ahead and put some chocolate on in the algorithms. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button for your girl. So this is going to get juicy. Might even get messy. But it is what it is, okay? So with that being said, if you guys need to get a personal reading for me, make sure you check out all the readings for June. All of the things should be down in the description box. If I post that bitch, I'm so sorry. If I don't, I be forgetting to. I ain't gonna lie to you. So listen, I have two things that I want to talk about as I'm rolling my reaper and doing my makeup. So I hope that you all don't mind. But I'm just being myself, right? All right, so I woke up out of my casket this morning to a video of one of the tarot readers that I used to watch on my old channel, and I noticed that they had a new channel. They didn't have the same name. They were on. They had a new channel. I went to go look at the subscriber count. I knew it was something going on. It was something new, right? So I get on there. I'm like, oh my God, I miss my girl. She's so beautiful. Because it was on my... Whenever I be switching accounts, I try to keep the same people that I've subscribed to. If I can find them, I try to, add them to the new account, especially Pisces Pop. All the people that I want in my feed, I put them in my feed. So, long story short, I get on there. She is cussing out everybody. And I ain't even mad at her. I ain't even mad. The reason why I said that is because I understand exactly what the hell she was talking about. Now, granted, black magic, white magic, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't always come in the forms that you expect it to. Right? So, all these years that I've been on YouTube, I have literally noticed that most of the time, the people that have been tarot readers, they feel somehow attacked. And usually they have to either start their channel over or they take a break or take a hiatus, whatever the case may be. So I go look at her channel. I'm seeing that she's doing well for a new channel. But I also feel like she kind of went a little crazy. I'm not going to say crazy, but I'll just say that reading tarot can get the best of you if you're not careful with protecting yourself. And that bitch went a little... She was always, fun and cool, and I loved her readings. She mainly did them for each sign. So, I said I like to say this. I get on there, on her page, on her channel, and she's going off on everybody. Like, bitch, don't try to put no black magic on me. Basically talking about all the tarot readers that she felt has tried to do something to her, which I'm not going to lie to you. I know for a fact that people feel some type of way when you have more subscribers, when you're gaining more subscribers, when you're really just in the competition, but competing with yourself. So I get it. I really do. I really do. I've literally had readers tell me like, bitch, you're nobody. You're not even a Pisces. You're not, you're a demon. You're a devil. I'm just sitting there clutching my coochie pearls like, oh, you don't know what kind of walk of life that I done been through to get me on the path of where I'm on. And I've noticed that a lot of these bitches, they just do not want people to thrive, on their own. They don't want people to thrive. Now, if you stealing and jocking and you watching and you talk shit, well, of course, you're not going to thrive because you just talk shit all the days of your life. And so I'm watching this video and I'm like, I understand where she coming from. I honestly understand exactly where she coming from. Ain't nobody do no magic on me because I'm protected. You understand me? Now, as far as channels, things had to happen the way that they had to happen in order for me to grow and evolve. And it got to a point where I felt like a lot of people were trying to stuff me down. Like the bitch I was still in the black light readings. Everything I was saying, she was taking it going back and forth on her channel to try to get subscribers to come to her channel. All that bullshit, messy shit that I don't pay no mind to it because I really do be in my own world. I really do. I'm focused on the facts. I'm focused on the truth. But I be in my own world. I don't be worried about no motherfucking body. Now, if I see you stealing my shit, I'm gonna call you out. If you on some bitch ass shit, I'm gonna call you out. And that's just what it is. If I see that shit, I'm not the type to report. I'm just the type to go in my coffin and come back the next morning and whatever happens, happens. So I said all that to say this. Listening to tarot is different than reading tarot for others because you're going to receive so much scrutiny and people that do not want to see you thrive or evolve. Right? They're like, this bitch can't get ahead. She can't get ahead of me. She can't step to me. Little things like that. I get it. I've seen that in live action. And as the audience probably should know, you guys have probably, if you don't listen to tarot, you'll start to see the person's live as they, if you watch tarot day to day, play by play, whatever, you'll start to hear people's backstories and shit like that. You'll start to understand why some people choose to leave the community, which is really ain't no community because you really just doing this shit by your motherfucking self. Bitch, I be talking to the screen every day, all day. And my kids, I make sure that I take time for my kids. But I also know that sitting behind this desk every single day is, you're going to eventually need a break. You're going to eventually need to get your power of source back. You're going to eventually need to analyze what it is that you're doing tarot for. And it's gotten to the point where some of these females and males, they know that it's all about the competition versus the actual message. People thrive on YouTube by tearing others down, stealing their content, getting help from them, and then treating them like shit. And I've literally seen this outside of tarot too. And that's just the way the world works. But you have people who will intentionally subject themselves into being in that world. And so as I sit and watch, it's dropping ashes in my makeup. As I sit back and watch, I've noticed that people just want fame. They say they don't, but they really want fame. And you can tell that in their daily lives, that they have a lot of hurt, right? And not only in their daily lives, but they're still human beings as well too. But that doesn't justify why certain people attack others, right? So I said all that to say this. Look, bitch, the weed done went out. Many are called, few are chosen. Some people complain so much. Subscribers don't even want to listen to the complaints. They want to hear the motherfucking reading and shit and see your personality stand out through the reading. You got bitches that don't even wash their face just because they don't even wash their ass just because they don't show their face on camera. I have seen so much fuckery to the point where I've had to tune out the bullshit. Otherwise, I become a part of it. And you won't see me addressing certain things because it ain't gonna mean shit to me. As far as me personally. Now, some of these hoes, they will go out of their way to make sure that you do not rise up. I've also had people that try to befriend me and try to get information about me so they could tell others. And I tell pretty much, my life is what it is. So I pretty much, I say what I feel, I do what I feel, and I don't let nobody knock me off my feet. And I've seen the jealousy. I've seen how envious and jealous, especially, I've seen 3 specific tarot readers that are extremely jealous of me for whatever reasons, and I just don't give a fuck. But then they try to gaslight and pretend like they do no wrong. Y'all seen it for yourself if you've been following me for a while. But I wanted to say all that to say this. Based off of, what I've learned on YouTube, some of the shit, you just gotta let it pass on by. Black magic, white magic, all of that shit, it's not them, it's you. It's you who needs to step outside of the dusty circles and figure out what you need to do for yourself with or without those people. I literally had one of the girls was like, I don't see how she made a new channel and this and that, and I don't even get the likes that I deserve, and I don't get the... It's like, bitch, shut your ass up. Because you basically copied off of me. We're on 2 different levels, 2 different playing fields. And you choose to target me as an individual to talk shit to get people to come by your channel. And I honestly be feeling like some of these readers be really off their fucking rocker. And this is the only... Now, I'm going to get real with y'all. And tarot and the occult is the only outlet that they have to let they weirdo shit come out. And they feel like it's a place that people are going to be accepting when really they're just watching your shit show. They're not supporting you. And then you have a few fans, a few people that do genuinely like certain qualities. But then you start to fade off. I have seen older YouTubers fade off. And the new ones come in, stole the whole formula of the old tarot reader. And people like to see the new things, of course, right? But then you have people who literally base their whole lives off of the competition. And so some of these bitches was in the special class, and they did not grow from that special class. They just think that being into the occult is the same class, and it's not. You know, when you really use and utilize your gifts, people are able to see it. The real ones usually get stuffed down simply because someone stole the formula. Think about Nikola Tesla. Why do we have Teslas floating around? And this man, they couldn't even find the man's books. Or his inventions, allegedly. Right? And then now here it is, we in 2023. Elon Musk then took his whole vibe and company and tried to enhance it. Now, granted, we all know that eventually people will find out who the originator is if they stand out loud enough. They'll find out. All the bullshit will fade out, and the true knowledge comes to surface eventually. And it's nothing that person can take away from you because you already had it written. You already had the recipe. So, I said all that to say this. If you feel like somebody has some sort of magic on you, or they have placed magic, or they do magic, you need to do protection. If anything crumbles, if anything falls, if anything's stolen, if anything's touched, that's that thief's curse. You need to go on ahead and put the thief's curse on them to protect yourself. Right? What was I looking for? Go on ahead and protect yourself. So, if anybody touches your things, think about the ancient Egyptians. As soon as you touch that sarcophagi, honey, you had whatever sickly disease just from touching it. So imagine something that's just thousands of years old and hundreds of thousands of years old or whatever, and it's still effective, even life after death. You tell me how powerful that shit really is. Okay. I want y'all to think about that. If anybody feels like, because y'all will never see me, saying, oh, somebody got GPS on my car, somebody tried to attack me, somebody did this, somebody did that. No, I'm going to tell y'all who it was, because I'm going to know who it was. Okay? Or I'm going to be protected to know who it was. So, I want y'all to think about that. Alright? Especially if you feel like somebody has... I don't like when people use the excuse that somebody has magic on them. It's not an excuse. That's not the truth. Because you always learn the lesson. Now, people can be strong enough. There can be mediums that are strong enough to appropriate what they need to. And that the ancestors grant them those certain things. But imagine all the millions and billions of people in the world and the gifts that they possess or don't possess. the effects. Think about it. I'm sick of people saying that they're cursed, and no, it's if you're strong enough to overcome it. If it did happen. And I want people to take some time to think about that. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about was protecting your legacy and your throne. So, when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of Asian movies. I used to love martial arts movies, war stories, war crimes, dynasties, empires, shit like that. Where's my breath? And I used to watch this movie, and I cannot believe that I watched it multiple times. So, in this movie, it's about a king that's trying to take over the land, and there are people who already have established places and businesses, and where he's trying to take this land, people are already there. So now y'all know, in these Asian movies in particular, they be having ninjas, people in the courts, the kings, the queens, everybody be up in there. So in this movie in particular, the king, wanted to take over a village. The village already had its imperial system and dynasty that was intertwined. But he wanted to take over. So in the movie, on the opposite sides, they showed how they had their own dynasty, the children, the wives, the concubines, things like that. And it showed the opposite flip of the movie. So it was showing how he was a king, how they had their kingdom, whatever. So he planned to take over their kingdom. Everybody was all dead. They bum rushed the whole entire camp. Everybody was dead except for the people where they keep the babies and they keep the pregnant women. You know, that part of the system. They keep them to themselves. And so the king, one of his men said, we got, there's a baby here. We believe that it's the next heir, the next queen, or the next king. And it's the queen's, one of the concubine queen's babies. So, next thing you know, the woman, he killed the mother. They shot arrows in her back, I believe, or she got stabbed, and they killed the mother. They took the baby. Now, at this time, the king had his own child. So they took the baby next to the throne in that camp, and they took it off to a safe place, where they keep their children. They get back to the camp. The two babies are there, his son and the one's baby that he took from the other camp. The next to the throne at that camp, he took that baby. So after he did that, he went to the place where the babies were born, He found them. The two babies, his son and the child that he stole, was both in the same place. Alright, so check it. Keep up with your girl. Don't get all ADHD on your girl. So, next thing you know, he was like, which one is my child? They had no idea. They infiltrated. They knew that that baby was a royal baby. But they did not know. The king did not know whose baby was whose. Was it his baby? Because imagine it's all war and famine and people dying and, you know, he general and shit. And he didn't know what baby was his when he got in there to find the baby. So he's like, well, since y'all don't know, I'm going to choose. And he threw that baby on that ground, killed it. He just picked one up. Right? Next thing you know, the boy done grew up. Now, I know these movies be 3,000 years, okay? The boy done grew up. The people from the camp, a lot of them died, but there were a few that were still left that grew up. Some people weren't there, some people escaped, whatever. But in this point in time, that little boy grew up. And he didn't know what he was in for. That motherfucker, they ended up telling that little boy that ain't your daddy. Because they started noticing there was little context clues and shit like that. They was like, that ain't your daddy, I don't think. You heard me? So next thing you know, he grew up, he learned the king's ways, he understood the dynasty, what he was supposed to do. They gave him privileges and privilege as he is the prince. I ain't gonna tell y'all the whole movie. I ain't gonna tell y'all the whole thing, okay? But just know that all the things that king taught him, and to find out that that boy he found out that wasn't his son. And all the things that he taught him and kept the boy in there and infiltrated the entire mapping system that they had going on. Y'all can only imagine the end of the movie. I'll link what the movie's name is in the video. But just think about those small little things that someone does out of anger, and over a lifetime, not really knowing that you brought in the enemy the whole time, thinking that you were overpowering something. Very interesting movie. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm gonna try to pin it. But yeah. It's that life. Okay? So I want y'all to think about that. Think about what that boy, what he thought about his parents, his village, the whole entire time he's learning his ways of life, of who he is, and being obedient until the time is right. And he knew what was going on. He also knew he was different too. Like, not the way that they treated him, but he was not the same with those members in that family. But he learned all their ways. The king, literally, that man was, boy. I think it was Chow Yun-fat that played the king in this movie. But yeah, think about that. Think about that one angry moment over a lifetime. What he did and what he really set off. Yeah. Alright, I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm about to finish up and I'm going to do the real tarot. Don't you worry, baby. I got you. I'll see you guys in the next video.